The housing market crash of 2021. Is that going to happen? And more importantly, is it going to happen in Austin, Texas? Stay tuned to find out. No one knows what's going to happen in 2021. And it's mainly because 2020 hit us for a loop with the pandemic and how it affected the housing market. But I'm going to share a few ideas of how the housing market crash won't occur, a few ideas of how it could occur, and then give you my overall opinions. So the main reason why I don't think it's going to happen is because of the housing supply demand in Austin. Demand right now is so high that if you look here at months of inventory, it's less than 2, which means, and what months of inventory is if everybody stops selling their house, how long would it take to buy the rest of the houses? And right now, everything's less than 2. And November has been the lowest month ever in Austin in the last 5 or 6 years, at 1 month to buy out all the inventory in Austin, because there's just so little, because nobody's listing their houses because they're worried about the pandemic and everyone wants to stay inside. So right now, the demand for houses in Austin has never been higher. Another reason is because of the mortgage interest rates. Mortgage rates are hitting all-time lows every month. It was probably a year ago around 3.7%, a 30-year fixed. Now you could probably get something as low as 2.7% 30-year fixed. So buyers who have money are taking advantage of this and they're trying to buy a home right now. So the reason why there's a concern of a housing market crash is mainly due to COVID. Because COVID has really affected the job market, and people making under $50,000 are most affected, and a lot of those people have lost their jobs. And because they've lost their jobs, they're gonna have a hard time paying rent. And currently in Austin, there's a ban against evictions. So they're not required right now to pay their rent if they can't afford to. And that's going to have a trickle-down effect, because then landlords are going to have a hard time making their mortgage payments. Now, the federal government has stepped in and allowed people to use forbearance starting in March of 2020 to March of 2021. So that at that time, you don't have to, as a landlord, you don't have to pay your rent until March of 2021 if you're having trouble. Now, the reason why this is a problem is because in March of 2021, that forbearance is going to be gone, and you have to pay your mortgage at that point. And at some point, the evictions ban is going to end, and so people are going to have to start paying their rent if they're not already paying it. And that's where the concern lies, and that's why people are concerned that there could be an housing market crash like 2008, 2009. With all that being said, I don't think the housing market crash will occur, at least in Austin. Because I do agree that once the forbearance period ends in March 2020-21, there's going to be a lot more foreclosures. I think that's going to happen. People are going to fall so far behind that they won't be able to pay their rent, and there will be more foreclosure. But the demand for houses in Austin is so high that people are going to pick up those houses, because people are on wait lists already, as I mentioned before. So they're going to happily buy that land. There's buyers waiting because the interest rates are so low. They're just waiting to buy it. And it's not going to be like the housing crash of 2008, 2009, because most people's houses are worth more than the loan they have on them. So if they foreclose, it won't be a big deal to the banks, because they'll be able to easily resell the land for a profit. Only in Austin, I think 3% of the houses where that situation is not true. So I really don't think this is going to be a problem. So that's my thoughts right now for the housing market crash of 2021. I just don't think it's going to happen in Austin, but the rest of the US, who knows? 2020 was a crazy year. Who knows what's going to be 2021? Nobody knows. Anyways, I'm Vema. Please like and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned, because I'm going to have a lot more stuff coming up for the coming year. Talk to you soon. Bye.